camera, so we just have to be watchful so we can kickstart the program and we discuss this important topic. So I'm adding you already to the camera, so you just have to be watchful so that we can kickstart this program. Why my co-host? Okay, Mr. Njofie Wilson, I want to thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you.
Yeah. Special greetings. It has been a while that we have co-hosted a program like this one.
Indeed, we want to thank God that we have been able to have this opportunity today.
Okay, so today we shall be discussing an important topic, which is the impact of the emergence of social media in the third world country, especially Cameroon. But before we look into the topic, I would like you to introduce yourself because many people do not know you.
My name is Geoffrey Wilson. I'm a web designer and developer, a founder and CEO of FadeWorks Tech, and also a non-profit providing free technology education, AfriTech Academy. So I also happen to be a member of MUNET, Mock Network and for Education and Development. We have been live here several times, just that it's been a while that we have not been on board. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to thank my brother, and he is the vice coordinator of MOG Network for Education and Development. It has been very fruitful working with him. We have been working on this project ever since we started in 2014 to where we are. So we thank you very much. And also, we want to thank all the members of MOG Network for Education and Development and the fund for the support that they have given us for us to get to where we are today. So, Mr. Njofie Wilson, today we shall be discussing about the impact of social media emergence in developing country, how social media has impacted the life of many people in developing country, both positive and negative. You are a web designer, you are more into social media. So for us to start, I would like us to first of all look at the positive aspect of social media. What has social media contributed positively to the life of people in the developing country like Cameroon?
Okay, when you look at social media, what is social media? Social media is any online platform that enables people to come together as a community and connect with each other. So the impact that we have had has been tremendous, such that it has become a lifestyle and people have become using it. People cannot live without it. For example, in the past, it was almost impossible without social media for you and I. We are from two different locations, two different countries, and we are able to share knowledge to the world thanks to social media. Businesses that were formerly not visible or not exposed are now having that kind of exposure through social media. Family members, when they travel abroad, it used to be very tough until they return. But now with social media, when somebody travel abroad, the family just keeps connected even while they are still on their way. It has a lot of impact on education because people have come as community. They have been able to share knowledge. They have been able to educate one another on the way of living, especially the good aspect. People have been able to come together on this, and the economies, the world has become even more like a global village thanks to social media. So those are just some of the things the advantages that developing countries like Cameroon and many others in Africa have benefited from social media.
Okay, so one of the key rule of social media is communication, and I remember in most developing countries, communication used to be very difficult, but nowadays with social media, we have witnessed a lot of increase in communication. People can talk to themselves at all point in time. I think what we have to encourage more is for people to be on social media. So as a web designer, what are the strategies that you have been using to encourage those who are not yet on social media?
I think actually social media is like a necessity. Just think about food. Nobody has to really encourage you to eat food. You just have to eat food if you want to live. In our generation, nobody actually has to encourage the other to be on social media because they will see the need and they will come to social media. Nobody will tell them that they need to be on WhatsApp, they need to be on Facebook, on YouTube to be able to have some advantages that people are having. So it's actually something that we can say. For those who are still lagging behind, we can just tell them the benefits, and then they will decide for themselves to join or not to join. But it's almost impossible for anyone to live today without social media. So everyone, it's a good place to bring your business, bring yourself, bring your family, so that as the world can become that global community where people interact, people get to learn new ways of life and better their lives and so on.
Yeah, okay. So apart from some of this positive impact that you've cited that social media have brought to the African community or the developing countries community, we learn you are from more community. How can you assess or appreciate the application of social media technologies into your community?
It's really been quite good in MOC. We also want to appreciate the fact that MOC happens to have had a good network connection, even though not in the entire tribe. But when you look at it, you see that MOC has had a good network coverage, even up to 3G in several locations, and this has gone a long way to boost business. You know, people, easy communication permits easy information sharing, easy transactions with those who are not on the spot. And we also have communication with those who are in the towns, who are abroad. And, you know, when they communicate, they have to exchange ideas, they have to exchange a lot of stuff. Some people actually get help through this means. So it's really been impactful in sense of the community as a people and also on a business aspect and why also cultural. Work has been discovered a lot thanks to social media. You know, a lot has been shared about Mock also on Monet Facebook page. So you see, Mock has gotten that global exposure that otherwise without social media it shouldn't have been able to have. There are quite enormous benefits that Mock have gotten from social media.
Okay, so and we observe that even our people back home, apart from more people who lives abroad and other part of the world, we observe that there are a lot of people living back in our land that are also more into social media, and it has given them the opportunity to interact with the whole world. So it's a positive aspect. Now, when I'm talking, the second point I want to get from you, uh, can we say that about what percentage of more people are onto social media? Is it possible for you to know the percentage of all the more people that are onto social media? Or in other words, I'm saying, if you look at the more community, if you are to rate them in the application of social media technology, what can you say?
Actually, you know, it can, you know, when we're talking about more people, are we talking about the more people that are actually residing in the village? Are we talking
No,
about more people that
more
are
people, both out of Cameroon and in Cameroon and all over the world.
okay? When I look at it,
Because
it's actually
I'm asking this question because probably you are into some of their forum. Do you see a lot of people, and what are the level of their participation when it comes to social media? Because there are some WhatsApp groups that people are there, but you see they are just there for being there. They don't participate. But I'm asking the question from you to know if maybe the more people are really making use of social media, using it for communication, using it to interact among themselves, using it to discuss their own personal issues.
I think it's been so impactful. More people are so much available on social media, on various social media platforms across in a wide range of social media platforms, and they really interact. They really contribute to the global good. I mean, more people are very active on social media. So I can say, a rough estimate, no, we don't have data to present here that these are the percentage of more people. Such a research has not been carried out, but I can roughly say that we have about 70% of more people globally, they are on social media. That's a rough statistic that I can give you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. And well, we know there is nothing good without its own bad side. Even the medications that we take has its own side effect, though they have been taken for a cure of a disease. Social media has come. You've enumerated some of its good aspects in terms of improving communication amongst the people around the world, especially those of us who are in third world. And it happens that in third world, the cost of communication, like picking a telephone call to call somebody in USA, was very expensive. You have to budget a huge amount of money to do that. But today, even with 100 francs, you can put data and you talk with somebody in USA or in UK for so long a period of time. Those are the positive aspects of social media. But we also know that social media must have its own negative effect in the community. What are some of the negative effects of social media that you can cite?
I want to say, ever since creation, or ever since God created this world, it's been always been can I say, an amazing or exciting or something. I mean, every good thing that you find on earth, most of the time, has a kind of side effect, and social media has not been left out. So, it has actually come with some negativities. You see, which range from people having to get a lot more distracted. In the past, people could focus on their work. There was little things about gadgets to distract them. But nowadays, if you are not disciplined, you may find out that you go to work the whole day, you are on social media, and you do end up not working. The whole week, you are not doing anything. You are just commenting on social media. It actually takes a lot of time. And some people have actually used this opportunity of social media to engage themselves in some kind of a crime, various cyber crimes, like maybe you have stuff like scamming. You have stuff like people have also gotten into sites like sites. You have sites that have that's kind of a bad company or bad associations online. And then you also have sites like sites that have pornographic content. All these things are contribution of social media. You also have even dating sites. Some people actually have different views here, but it's not a kind of a culture of Africa. And then there's falsehood, spread of falsehood on social media. You find things like sabotage. I mean, quite a lot going on that is not ethical, that is not good. So these are some of the negative sides of social media.
Okay, so social media has its own effect, and being one of the person who is actively involved in social media, uh, what are some of the advices that you can give to many youths and many people around the world who are just getting in contact with social media?
I want to say, if you are on social media, it's for your own good. God Himself created these things for our own good. And whenever you are there, be there for good. You have to be there with the love of God and with the love of man. Because it's only with these ideas in your head that you'll be able to use it fruitfully. And I want to say that one of the best things is discipline. Discipline yourself, moderate the use of social media, use it for good and not for bad, and it's going to benefit your life and benefit the community from where you live.
Okay, so you are actually encouraging a lot of people who are in social media to leave the negative aspect of social media and embrace the positive aspect of social media. Now, we cannot just end this topic without discussing how can somebody use social media to promote his business. because those are some of the advantages of having social media today. At first, we know making an advert over a traditional media like television, radio, they were so expensive. But with social media today, it's just enough for you to have a Facebook page to promote your business. But then, what are some of the issues that you can encourage people who want to use social media for the promotion of their business to do?
I would like to say this is actually a broad topic that could be handled on its own episode that we have, but I'll just go through some highlights. First of all, is it even necessary for a business to come online? But then you have to reason, where are the customers that buy products or services from people? They are on social media and they are reading things on social media. They are watching videos, listening to tapes of audios, and so on. They are consuming content every day. And then, if you are a business person, where you are looking to sell your product is where your clients are located, where you can easily find them, where you can connect with them, because that's actually what will make you have some sales. And you discover that most of the times you have about 80% or 90% of your clients, they are on social media. So, and then the issue is that they are very consistent. Almost every day they will log into social media. So why not take this opportunity and try to provide some value to your customers through social media, and then in turn, as it is, they will engage with you and they will also make much sales for your business. So it's something that you have to think about it. Bring your business online, because that is when you will accelerate more than any, and the possibilities are actually endless. It depends on how much you are ready to put in, and you get a lot from social media for your business.
Okay, so now one of the issue with Facebook in particular is if you are to advertise on Facebook and want to get a wider audience, then you must do what is called boosting. And it appears most people are not even familiar with that feature of the Facebook. Can you throw more light on Facebook boosting?
Maybe we'll just use an alternative term called paid advertising. Paid advertising. First of all, for you to run paid advertising on Facebook, you need to have a Facebook page. That is something you need to have a Facebook page for your business. And then when you have that page, you can then be able to use paid advertising, just like in TV, radio, and even in billboards, people pay to get advertisement. Social media, it's quite cheaper. It's cheaper compared to the amount of money that people pay on TV to get adverts. So with this paid advertising, you can actually use something like $5, which happens to be around 3,000 francs, to reach thousands of people. And maybe you get out of there that you get hundreds of people are going to engage and probably buy a product or service. So that's a big opportunity to use this paid advertisement. Most of the times, if you are working with an expert who knows what they are doing and they can target your audience segment very well, you are going to have a good return, a very good return on your investment through social media.
Okay, now I just want to, because when you look at developed countries like in US, UK, you hardly find maybe a company or an organization that operate without a Facebook page. And we have some that even have up to 100,000, some having millions of followers. But in the developing countries like Africa, it appears that a lot of people have not come to the real knowledge of what Facebook is all about. So in this light, what are you encouraging businesses in Africa, especially some key organizations, to also be involved into Facebook advert, create their own pages and run advert on the program, advertise themselves to be known?
Exactly. This is something that your audience, their attention has shifted to a certain thing, and with that thing is called social media. So you also have to shift your attention to where your audience attentions are shifting. And then if some businesses don't come on social media, they are going to go bankrupt, let me say so, or they are going to go out of business. We just have to wait for the next 5 to 10 years and see what technology does to some traditional businesses. We are not saying all traditional businesses will be completely disrupted by social media, but we are saying majority of businesses that don't, or organizations that don't have a Facebook page, or let me say social media channel through which they interact with their audience, they are going to see a drop in their performance, a drop in their results. So it's the best words, the best advice to any company, business, organization is to find their way into social media. And if they have difficulties, there are many marketers, many social media marketers, I being one of them, who can help by just telling them, they can seek for advice on what do they need to do, and you guide them on what they do, or even help them do it for them. So it's something that a business cannot do without in this generation.
Okay. Now, there are many social media platforms. We have Facebook. Facebook is just one of them. You have Twitters. You have YouTube. You have many of them. But it appears some of them have some slight differences. So among all these, can you just like try to let the people know some of the differences between the various social media? Because when we have just been discussing the topic social media in general, but social media has many platforms. So can you just like try to give some of the basic differences among all of them?
When you talk about social media, it actually does the same thing by connecting people, but they connect in different ways. So let me just sample some. You have Facebook. Facebook has a model of news feed. That is, people share posts and then the other people can see. Facebook also has a commenting system, and then you have a messaging system that they extend to Messenger. That is for Facebook. When you go to WhatsApp, WhatsApp is actually more of a personalized, personal one-on-one chatting a platform, where people have to chat with one another one-on-one. Even though the idea of groups on WhatsApp is not really much, you also have WhatsApp status, which is becoming very popular. And then when you go to Twitter, you see people have a Twitter feed, and they do what they call tweet. It's like news feed on Facebook, but when you look at Twitter, they don't share longer posts. It's just an excerpt, kind of excerpt, and then what they call it a retweet. Then when you go to Instagram, you see on Instagram, they are mostly sharing pictures, things that have to pictures, and maybe at times short videos. And then when you go to YouTube, you are going to see that YouTube is mostly for videos. People post their videos on YouTube, and they are evergreen. You can access them at any time. You can search for them, comment, you can like and subscribe to the channels. And then also, we don't have to forget about email. Email is also social media, even though it's kind of not always referred to as such. It's just for exchanging messages on a personal basis. You can be exchanging on behalf of a company or as an individual, but that is how it works. So these are some of the major social media channels and what the functionality they're actually doing.
Mr. Njofie Wilson, thank you so much. You've been very wonderful. We thank you so much. We appreciate your effort for the education of the African society in general, particularly the Mock community from where you come from. We want to really appreciate the good works that you've been doing. You are one of the key factors behind the success of Monet project, and we thank you so much for that. So we would be ending this live show at this level, but we promise our viewers that henceforth you will be hearing from Monet regularly. For some time, we've not been coming on board because we were still building capacity, and now we have the capacity. So we would be coming on board live most often to pass out some important information. But before we go, I just want to use this opportunity to say that on Saturday, we shall be having an important live program. We shall be welcoming an expert from the from an international community who will come here to discuss on the topic conflict and sustainable development challenges in Africa with us. So we are encouraging our viewers to be ready on Saturday. We are going to come out with a poster and perhaps perhaps the time to let you know at what time we will be live so that you can join with this expert. If you have any question as regard conflict in Africa, if you have any challenges as regards sustainable development in Africa, he would be here to answer your questions. So thank you so much, Mr. Njofie Wilson. We want to thank you for the time that you've sacrificed to come here live to educate the world about social media. We will continue.
Thank you.
And we believe so much that before you go, you have a word to say to those who are watching you live on board. So just 1 minute for you to pass an important message. We know you are also a business actor. You have a lot of businesses that are under you. So you are very free to say something in that connection.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Dear viewers, I want to talk firstly about Afritech Academy. This is a digital technology platform for everyone, and we are prioritizing Africans, but everyone is welcome. You can go there, you can learn basic computer skills to web design, graphic design, app development, just any digital technology skill. That's the opportunity for you. Go to www.afritechacademy.org, or you just Google search Afritech Academy and you start learning any skill of your choice. And then we also have FadeWorks Tech. We have been doing web and graphic web design. We actually started with graphics, but we're not more so deep into graphics, but we are into web design, branding, and digital marketing. We have been working with organizations in the United States, Canada, Senegal, UAE, Cameroon, and a lot more places. So we have been doing a lot of services on the web, branding, and digital marketing. If you need a website, if you need digital marketing or branding, we are available and always at your service. You can visit us at www.fadeworkstech.com, or you just Google search that and you get connected to us. We also leave the links in these comments at the host. Thank you for the opportunity. So thank you, and I want to encourage you, bring your business online, use social media for good. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Njofie Wilson. With all our viewers, we want to encourage you to visit our website, www.monet.org. If you type that, you are going to have our website. Go there, learn more about what MOG Network for Education and Development is all about. See you on Saturday. Probably the time will be given out. We will meet on Saturday for an important live show program. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Njofie Wilson.
Nice day.